Okay, now that we got it all cut out, you're going to want to get your files. I've got a bunch of files sitting here. I really don't have the files that I think that I really should have. You really need some good size, big bastard files to take a lot of this stuff off. First thing you're going to want to do is start hitting the high points on this, and then I'll show you how to draw a file and to actually get all this stuff smooth. That way you can actually start getting your edge and everything down smooth before you start trying to file anything or trying to fit it to handles or anything like that. So first off, we're just going to start hitting the high points. I'm going to try to do most of this video in fast motion so you guys can just kind of watch on how I'm doing it, and I'll also post the full video so you can see what I do if you have any trouble. That way you can kind of watch on how I'm doing it if it pops up on your videos or on your knives. So now we're just going to get started with the high points. Starting up, you know, like these are really high. Some of these are kind of high. We're going to have to try to even these out. Get a whole bunch of files, get you some round files. Sometimes you'll have to switch files just because they get hot. But basically that's what you're going to do, is just hit the high points. Okay, after about an hour of me sitting here filing this thing out, I finally got it till it's, I got just about all the high spots out till I can just about drag a file down the whole thing. I'm going to show you how to do what we call draw filing. This is the way they used to make old muzzleloader rifles and Kentucky flint relocks and things like that, to get the barrel all the way smooth all the way across. Of course, they used a lot bigger files than what I have here, stuff that they could get a hold of both hands and do it, and they try to hold it flat. But basically, if you've got any deep gouges still from your drill press or anything like that, I had a bunch of them that I had to just file and try to get them out. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to get the knife, you know, parallel with your body, and then try to bring the file all the way from back to front, and then you're going to try to make one good solid pass every time until you know that you've got it pretty flat. It looks like I kind of got a little dip right there. And a little dip right there. So basically got to just try to work that in. All the way front to back. Pretty much got that pretty well. Now you move to a kind of a finer grit file, just to kind of clean it up. It's going to save you a lot of time with your sandpaper and things. Just kind of come across it again. And that's the top. Probably work on the flat right here now. the same thing on the blade. I'll go ahead and do that. Then we'll get into the handle, and I'll kind of show you on how to do the contour. Okay, now that we went around the knife, we got through the handle. Now you're going to get to this part right in here of your finger guard, because it's got a little bit more of an upsweep. It's hard to get a file into it. Basically, you're just going to have to switch files and go to a round file, and then you'll be able to get to it and kind of blend that in. You just want to get into it with both files a little bit, but you're going to get your round file and kind of do the same thing, but you're going to try to smooth that out right in through here, and you're just going to get the high points off of it the best you can. Get it till it doesn't have a big hard sharp curve. You can have some curve into it, you just don't want to have a big hard sharp curve. That's going to be uncomfortable to the hands. So if you feel like that you've got a little bit too much, just come back into it with a round file and do this some more. The downside to this is going to take a lot of extra sandpaper in that area. But if you want it to be nice and smooth, you don't want to have any gouges, any high spots, or any ripples as you go. You just kind of keep draw filing until you get it worked down to where you want it to be. It takes a long time. This will not be a short project, no matter how you look at it. If you want it to look good, you're just going to have to keep doing this over and over, work this thing into the rounds. But once you get down to that point, you can just draw a file, even with a round file, all the way back up to the tip of your cutting edge. And you're just going to keep doing that until it's reasonably smooth. Now, I've got mine reasonably smooth. It still needs some help. I see a few spots right in through here. If you hold it to the light just right, you're going to have some pretty rough edges on here, but that's basically going to be your shape. I can kind of see a few, but I'll keep draw filing on it until I get this till it's pretty smooth. You can do it until you can get it just absolutely smooth. Takes a long time, takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of elbow grease. Your shoulders are definitely going to hurt when you're doing this. But once you finally get this part done, then we'll move into smoothing things out and trying to get your knife as flat as you can, but we'll do that next time.